Do lockdowns make a difference in a pandemic? Well, Canadian governments certainly seem to think so. Recently, Ontario announced its third state of emergency with a 4-week lockdown called the province-wide emergency break. British Columbia, that largely avoided lockdowns last year, has recently banned indoor dining. But what do we actually know about the effectiveness of lockdowns in other bans? Well, it's rather impossible to conduct strictly scientific cause and effect experiment on public policy issues. Nonetheless, we can compare the outcomes of different governmental approaches to the same problem. So, using publicly available data, my analysis attempted to isolate the effect of lockdown policies on COVID-19 numbers. And to do so, I carefully selected 2 pairs of US states, Minnesota and Wisconsin, plus California and Florida. Minnesota and Wisconsin are 2 neighboring Midwest states with roughly same population, climate, and economy. In general, Minnesota implemented harsher and longer-lasting measures than Wisconsin. As well, the governor of Minnesota has issued more than twice as many COVID-19 executive orders as did the governor of Wisconsin. So the question becomes, did Minnesota fare better than Wisconsin? Well, the evidence shows no observable difference between the 2 states in COVID-19 deaths or cases. Well, the same thing occurs when we look at California versus Florida. Again, these are 2 very similar states, but they took nearly opposite approaches to tackling COVID-19. In fact, California has had some of the harshest restrictions in the entire country, including prolonged lockdowns, statewide mask mandates, closures of schools and churches, and even nighttime curfew. In contrast, Florida had very few restrictions and a very brief period of a stay-at-home order. Nonetheless, when it comes to COVID-19 statistics, there is little to no observable difference between the 2 states. And one can even argue that Florida has done a better job at protecting its larger, older population than California. What about other scientific evidence? Well, a growing body of academic literature is also casting doubt on the effectiveness of lockdowns. And researchers are now suggesting that the best way to protect against a pandemic may be a well-informed, responsible population, but not strict governmental control. Plus, we also know now that lockdowns can have absolutely devastating spillover effects on people's mental and physical health, leading to increased suicide rates and severe economic hardships. So, before we embark on a new lockdown and other restrictive measures, I think it's natural to ask whether previously imposed lockdowns have made a difference. I invite everyone to take a look at the available evidence and make up their own mind. You can read my full analysis in Do Lockdowns Make a Difference in a Pandemic? We see to see. This is Masha Krylova.